Greetings, lore seekers, and welcome back to another episode of the Lost Archives. That's right, more Star Wars Legends lore. And for a while now, I've been considering expanding out into talking about the various corporations of the Star Wars Legends galaxy. And I thought, where best to start than with Mandal Hypernautics, the ship and tank producing facility of the Mandalorians. Founded originally on Mandalore, but did have several facilities throughout the Mandalorian colonies. What are the Mandalorian colonies? Well, they're essentially places that Mandalorians had gone and settled. One notable example of this would be Concord Dawn. A lot of these places would provide materials to Mandal Hypernautics, which they would primarily funnel into the creation of Star Viper squadrons and Crusader-class corvettes, as well as the creation of the Canderous battle tank, which they would supply to ground forces. Considering that they lacked the more larger construction facilities of places such as Sullust, Fondor, Kuat or Mon Calamari, they couldn't produce capital class ship. At least not in the same numbers as Kuat with its many different types of Star Destroyers, or Mon Calamari with its many different types of MCs. Now, Mandal Hypernautics would be able to produce one type of capital ship, officially classed as a battle cruiser, or battleship. This was the Caldabe class. While not able to completely stand up to some of the more powerful capital ships in the galaxy, it would be able to give all of them a run for their money. Though to compensate for this lack of weakness, the Mandalorians would start to utilise other capital class ships from earlier times in the galaxy. For example, the Supreme Strategist would be using a Venator class Star Destroyer, one that he had modified, and I do heavily suspect that he was given this ship in payment for allowing the Empire to set up their own bases for mining on the planet of Mandalore, as in the original Legends material, they abandoned Mandalore after they mined it of all of its Mandalorian iron. I've said Mandalorian quite a few times there, haven't I? Anyway, back to it. Yeah, have a Venator class starship. We're going to set up some mines on Mandalore for some resources, and they would see where they'd go from there. Granted, the Mandalorians would not actually be getting much of the iron the Empire would mine. That would come back to bite them later. But enough rambling about the shenanigans of the Empire. Mandal Hypernautics would actually outlast Palpatine's new regime and continue to produce fighters and ships into the future, and eventually coming under the sway and partnership with then Mandalore Boba Fett and his super commandos, producing ships and armaments for them, as well as, with a new discovery of Mandalorian iron, creating a new vessel that Boba had dubbed the Basilisk, in homage to their ancient war droids. Granted, it wasn't the same sort of fighter slash war mount as the Basilisk war droids were, but it was still a very effective fighter and also brought much more money and resources to Mandal Hypernautics. Though they did keep a more improved version skinned in Mandalorian iron for the Super Commandos only, with only one actually being sold on the market to Luke Skywalker after him requesting it and a great cost to the Jedi Order. Though considering the threat to the galaxy at the time, I can see that Mandal Hypernautics, with the blessing of Boba Fett, did this in order to basically give a bloody nose to the foe they were fighting, while still making some profit on the side. One other note is that Mandal Hypernautics would also sell to criminal organisations, with one of their biggest exporter of ships and fighters being the Zan Consortium, a criminal organisation run by Tiber Zan in direct opposition to the Hutt cartels. Though, to be fair, there would also be a falling out with the Zan Consortium at one point, as they would raid Mandalore for ship supplies and various other things. They would then have to pay off the Zan Consortium with more ship types and designs in order to prevent them from continuing to raid Mandalore. This was at a time when the Mandalorians were not their former selves, and the Super Commandos were off helping the rebellion. This was a time when Boba Fett wasn't in command of the Super Commandos, it was somebody else. But I shall go into more details of that later on. So, if you want me to continue to do various introductions to the various corporations of the Star Wars galaxy, I am planning to go into more detail on other corporations such as CNR Fleet Systems or CNR Army Systems, or one of the various corporations around the galaxy. This could even include the cloners of Camino, because they were a business. But let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know if you want me to cover anything else around these corporations. At some point I will be doing a video on Basilisk War Droids as well. I'll probably do a Mandalorian playlist, but we'll see. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Please, if you did like this, consider sharing it around, maybe leaving me a like, maybe leave me a comment and get a discussion going. But that being said, thank you once again, take care, have a good day, and always remember, the universe is full of darkness and the unknown.
And a little more knowledge may light our way.